Pull the internet. First things first, smash the thumbs up button. It's gonna be a little quick one here, but figure we'd chat real quick. This is the the theme of one of my videos here. There's people always talking about what they're gonna do when a dog bites them, and I don't know that half of these people have ever been bit by a dog. Nonetheless, seen a dog this size talk about being bit by a dog. But yeah, have you ever been bit by a dog? This is a question. This is my question for the masses. And I mean, yeah, whatever. I mean, nipped, bit. Like, have you ever had a dog bite you? Have you ever had? Has a dog ever made contact with your skin with his teeth? How bad was it? Then explain that. Then explain that part. Like, how bad? Give me the situation. Tell me about it. I have my hand trying to take a stick away. So that's like an accidental bite. I've been bit by a dog. Brandon, what type of dog bite took my thumb? What kind of dog? Twice, same dog. Damn. I got bit twice, both by the same kind of chows. Yeah, chows are rough. It's rough. Yeah, well, all right. So why I was just making this, because I always see these comments. Like, these are the popular comments when you have like a protection video or a protection dog. First of all, you get people talking about guns, and it's like, they didn't stop making guns when you got one. I live in New Hampshire, and like, we got those too. But that's not what this is about. Then they talk about what they're gonna do to the dog when the dog's biting them. It's like, I don't think people quite understand that when a dog bites you, it is extremely paralyzing, and you're not actually going to do anything in this situation except for, especially a dog this size gets a hold of you. All you're going to do is comply and pretty much scream and beg the person, whoever's dog it is, to get off of you. That's all that's going to happen. But it's like this perception of people that are like superheroes that are like, well, I'm gonna punch the dog and kick it, and the dog's not gonna care. And if it's a properly trained dog, if you're talking about a protection dog, that's not gonna get this dog off you. The only thing that's gonna get this dog off you is the actual handler calling the dog off of you, right? But what people are gonna do has always been the funniest thing. It's like, you think that we don't train these dogs to go through all these scenarios. So they're trained to fight. If you fight, they're trained to fight you. That's what they're trained to do. If you don't fight, they're trained to be still, and not fight you, and just basically hold you. So it's a little different. Let's see here. Let's see we got comments here. Got my arm, every nerve in my arm went into shock, pulled me. Yeah, it ain't no joke, right? I mean, it is no joke. When you get bit by a dog, for real, it's something different. Sad to say, it was a pit, but they was fighting. That's how it goes. If you got dogs, like if you have dogs that are getting into it, or they're in a dog fight and you try to separate them, they'll bite anything that touches them. It's nothing to do with, even your own dog will bite you in that situation because they don't know, right? Like, so they'll literally, a dog that's in a dog fight will bite anything that touches them. So I understand that situation there. Got to be careful when you're trying to break up a dog fight or anything like that you don't get bit, because more than likely in those situations somebody will get bit if you don't know how to properly break up a dog fight. My dog, but my friend, I have a pit. The thing is, my friend always has an aggressive tone with him, and then one day he decided to bite him, and the white meat came out. Oh yeah, that's what happens. Dogs, see, because why that is, I can't say your name, but I don't want to butcher your name. Why that is because dogs don't actually respond to anger, right? Dogs don't follow anger, right? They follow firmness. They follow calm, firm energy. They don't follow anger. So, as you said, your friend was always, speaking to the dog and always being aggressive with the dog. That'll 9 times out of 10 end up bad for you rather than anybody else. So, yeah, dogs do not respond to aggression. There's a big difference between discipline and abuse. You gotta understand lines. Bit a few times, hurts a lot. The last one was my Cocker Spaniel. I've been bit by a Cocker Spaniel a few times. She lost her mind. Oh, that's wild. First time Chow bit me in the face. I was 8 when I was 8. Second time, boxer in a fight, couple of puncture wounds. Yeah, I got bit over the head. I used to be afraid of dogs. Like, that's the truth. The story for another time, but I actually used to be afraid of dogs. I got bit over the head by a dog when I was younger, and I actually was afraid of dogs for a long time. It's strange that I ended up in the position that I'm in today, but yeah, I got bit over my head. I think when I was 5 or 6 years old, I got bit over the head by a German Shepherd. And I was afraid of dogs. I remember I used to have dogs that would fucking chase me down I used to, like, dread going to school, right? Because I would, like, have to walk down my long dirt road, and these dogs would always chase me. I remember there was, like, these 3 houses that I would walk by, and I would be thinking about it, like, the whole time. Like, man, these damn dogs are about to come out and chase me. And I would always, because it was, like, the dogs would kind of just roam the yard. You know when you got people that just have their dogs that just roam around their yard? They understand a property line. So basically, they'll come running out to a certain property line and then run back. So, but when you're young, I don't understand that. You know what I mean? It's like, in my mind, when I would run by, I'd be like, all right, shit, they stopped chasing me at a certain point. But in my head, I'm thinking like, I'm not really putting any reasoning why. You know what I mean? But I used to be afraid of dogs. So, true story. I didn't catch the beginning of that story. Your whole family within 5 minutes. What happened there, Jesse? Well, Skyla, where did this dog come from? That'd be my first question. My sister got him off me. He lashed out. Yeah, Chow. I've seen at least 5 people in here talking about being bit by chows. I've also been bit by a chow. Yeah, they're bitey dogs. Chows and Cocker Spaniels. I think I've been bit. Like, I've been bit by, like, loads of little dogs, like, Chihuahuas, Min Pins, like, stuff like that. Definitely been bit by Cocker Spaniel, Shar Pei, Dalmatian. I've bit by labs. I mean, I've been bit by so many dogs I can't even count. I'm afraid of cats now. I gotta take, bro. Barb, that's a whole nother story. I have 2 cats, and I watched a cat attack somebody like crazy, and it happened so fast. Like, I blinked, and all of a sudden there's just blood everywhere. Like, it was insane. Like, just like jumped and just face just shredded, like crazy. Cats are. I'm not. Well, that's. I don't have too many cat stories, other than that one, because I only have 2 cats, and they're tame. They're not crazy. So, but dog stories, damn. I mean, I've been bit so many times. I can't even count. He was a present from a family friend who breeds large XL protection dogs. Oh, do they have a company? I don't want to be bit no more, so I got 2 Kangol presses. Kangol presses? Okay, damn, those must be hefty. Me, I don't mind get bit. It's part of the work when you work around animals. That's the truth. It's just part of this. Just part of the game. You know what I mean? In my world, yeah, it's just It's all part of the game. I'm thinking about volunteering at a dog shelter, but I'm afraid to get bit. Don't be afraid. That's the thing is, if you're gonna volunteer at a dog shelter, you got to be confident. You know, don't come in there and have fear of anything. You know, don't fear getting bit, because you'll project that, and that situation will happen. So if you're gonna volunteer at a dog shelter, be confident, be calm, be assertive, be strong, and it'll be great. And don't have in your mind worrying about getting bit by a dog. I just want the Hulk. He's amazing. Hulk is just taking a big nap by the door. Was working with 150 Pressa with predatory aggression. Presses are can be fun. Can be fun. I've seen some fired up presses, to say the least. And yes, they definitely have a different instinct that can be a little bit different to deal with, but they're fun. Kind of like Rottweilers. You know, Rottweilers they're exciting too. You know, very stubborn. A very stubborn breed of dog. I work in a restaurant. I'm on a dog service, like a dog park, pension and grooming. I appreciate you, Benico. I appreciate you, Benno Cartel. Love. I got bit by Dalmatians when I was little. Oh, what's up, Greg? Yo, Dalmatians got nasty bites. Grooming, but it's a challenge to be in the dog park. That energy every second. Dog park. I've said this so many times. If you want your dog to get into an altercation, go to a dog park. You know, if not, don't go to the dog park. The dog park's not the place to go. I've been saying this for years. You know, you want to have your dog around other dog owners that are on the same page as you. You know, the dog park is just like an absolute clusterfuck of energies, and normally people that don't know anything about dogs, you know, so you just got all of these, like, you know, different mixtures of energies and beliefs about dogs all bumping into each other, and just all of this energy, no control. Yeah, dog park is, like, I can say this. I don't think I've ever been to the dog park in recent, and I went to this, there's like this dog mountain place up here where there's a lot of dogs, but I don't think I've ever been to the dog park in recent memory where I haven't seen something insane, or somebody's dog getting into it with another dog, and somebody screaming, or something, like, just chaos. Like, I can't say any dog park, whatever state, wherever I've been at, fucking dog parks are madness most of the time. So it's not my suggestion to take your dog or a puppy to the dog. If you were, here's what I say to the dog park. If I were to go to the dog park, I would go to the dog park without my dog, and I would basically just be scouting dog owners, right? I'm just kind of like seeing what kind of people there are here, and talking to people and making friends, basically, to where it's like, hey, you seem like a logical person. You want to go for a walk in a park that's not a dog park? Bring your dog, me and you, and we can go, and our dogs can, you know, have a good time together and properly be, you know, around each other, you know, with two owners that are on the same page, you know, so it's not just a clusterfuck of these, like, mixtures of energies. That's my suggestion, you know, because, I mean, socialization is super important. Obviously, you know, making sure your dog is social is key. I mean, and fucking you being social is important too. You know, you don't want to be too much of a hermit, you know, you don't want to turn into a me, you know. But socialization is important, but socialization at the dog park is not really good. You know, it's pretty much, like I said, everybody just is on a different page, and generally the wrong page. So yeah, no, dog parks are really not good. Yeah, no. No, I was trying to, like, find a way to make it nicer, but, like, it's just, don't go to the dog park. You can take people from the dog park, but I wouldn't spend a lot of time at the dog park. Another reason why I wouldn't spend a lot of time at the dog park is because you want to talk about mass diseases, bro, holy shit. You want to talk about bringing home shit to your house, go to the dog park. It's kind of the same thing like when you go into like Petco or stores. So just a little suggestion for you guys. I at my house now, I mean, I've experienced this parvo stuff twice, which is 2 times too many. But we have this stuff, it's called rescue. And anytime somebody comes to our house or we come home, like I'm going to be on a road trip. And when I come home, we don't even get out of our cars without anybody like spraying down your feet, your bags. Everything gets basically desanitized. I mean, gets sanitized. My mind, it's okay. I'm editing and I just can't do this live. But yeah, it's called rescue and it'll save your life. So I suggest that you get some. You can order it online, or I think you get it from, you could probably talk to your vet, get it from your vet, but it's a cleaner and it's called Rescue, and it smells really fucking good and it kills everything. So yeah, if you have dogs and you're going to the dog park, or you have puppies, or you're around lots of animals all the time, I suggest using this product. It is called Rescue, and it is great. It will save your freaking life, okay? That's how, for me, I had 2 dogs here that got parvo, and we saved them, and that's how I had a litter of 2 puppies in my house at this time, and all my other dogs, and we kept everybody alive through fucking sheer madness cleaning. I mean, I fucking cleaned my house like 3 times a fucking day, walked around in like hazmat suits, basically ripped up all my flooring. Yeah, ripped out all my furniture. Like, I mean, it was absolutely insane. But the rescue was like the absolute key to success. So, just a little suggestion for me. Dog park hiking trail. That might be a little bit better, you know what I mean? Because you're in motion. Like, you know, there's more motion, you know? But, ah, man, just dog parks, just chaos just comes to my brain when I think of dog parks. Aw, Mason, thank you. Yeah, Roxy is actually at the vet right now. So she's getting her cultures done so we can kind of see where we're at. Yeah, thank you guys for being, you know, so supportive, honestly. That shit hit me like a ton of fucking bricks. Like, that was, I talked to you guys, I came live, I talked to you guys like moments after I found out about that. So it's really tough. I don't really want to get into that whole mindset again. But just so you guys know, like, she's you know, I was gonna say like she's doing well. I mean, she is doing well, you know. Like, I mean, she's fine. She's okay now, you know. She's not really at the latter stages of this. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. It sucks, you know. That's why, like, love is hard, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I didn't want to have children, so I don't have kids, because now, like, I gotta make sure I die before them. Like, you know what I mean? That's the whole thing. So that's, like, why I don't want to have kids. And like, when you love and you care about something so much, it can just bring so much happiness to you, but so much pain, you know, at the same time. So, yeah, it's just like this endless cycle, you know, that I have here, that, you know, I'm blessed to have so many amazing dogs and you know, energies to share my life with. But at the same time, the amount of pain that it leaves in the heart when they leave this world is just beyond. So it sucks to think about how much more there is of that in life. And yeah, anyways, I was working on this edit. I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna do a live and edit, and then I never end up editing at the same time. She's actually at the vet right now, or I'll do a live with her a bit later. She's actually at the vet right now. Alright, what was that? I gotta do the... Oh, okay. How did you overcome your fear for dogs? Man, you know what's really funny is, like, yeah, I used to be afraid of dogs, and like when I really actually figured out what you asked was when I've been writing a memoir, you know, I've been writing my memoir, autobiography, whatever you want to call it. I've been writing my book for quite a while now, And when I was talking to my writer and he was asking me some questions about like my dad and my experience with his dogs, and that's when I actually realized I'm getting a call, but I'm gonna hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'll meet you right back. Yo, I'm in a live. Yo, yo. Yo, yo, let me hit you back. I'm in a live. Alright. Yo. Alright. Alright. Yeah, when I actually figured out that I was afraid of dogs, and what helped me get through it was my dad's dogs, because I used to go and visit my dad in Baltimore, and he had Dobermans, right? So he had this big Doberman named Thunder, and then he had another Doberman that we got. Her name was Deadly, Thunder and Deadly. And actually, this is where I saw my first pit bull ever, right? And I didn't know it. I mean, I was young. I didn't know at the time. And his name was, I actually saw him at the dog park, right? So it's funny. I used to go across the street. I used to walk across the street. Can you hear me now? I used to walk across the street to this dog park in Baltimore. And one of my dad's roadies used to live like in this kind of like trailer home, like kind of right at the end of the dog park in Baltimore. And he had a bunch of pit bulls, but I didn't really know. Like, I didn't know like what kind of I didn't know anything about like the dogs or anything. I was just a little itty bitty one. I was just down for the dogs. But I remember I really loved like Thunder and my dad's dogs a lot. So that helped me in those moments really to just have a better feel for dogs. But what's funny is, all right, so the first pit bull that I ever saw, his name was Fruit Dick. And you're actually gonna see this if you go and you buy my book when it comes out. You'll be able to read about this, a bit more. But his name was Fruit Dick. That was his name actually, because his underside of his belly was like just had a bunch of like different colors. So I guess that's why he named him that. But those dogs, honestly, like seeing him and the way he was around, my dog Thunder, being around those dogs, like their gentleness, the gentle nature of pit bulls is actually what brought me back to, you know, basically like the most dangerous dogs, right? Um, You look uncomfortable saying that name. Nah, it's just weird. You know what I mean? It's Fruit Dick. It's a weird name. But the most dangerous dogs, right, are the ones that I've started to feel the most comfortable with. So, like, we had Dobermans, and then we got a pit bull from him. And the loving energy that I got from these dogs is really what helped me become not afraid of dogs anymore. I just loved animals so much. And those moments and those experiences with these dogs really helped me to overcome my fear of dogs, and starting to understand them a little bit more helped me get over my fear, because what we don't understand we fear generally, right? So as I gained more understanding of dogs, the fear started to go away, so. But yeah, I was afraid of dogs when I was young, for quite a while, for quite a while. And I remember I used to, like I said, I used to be like, felt like I was antagonized by this. I remember this dog one time too used to run out and bark at me and shit. And then one time, I don't know, something happened where like his vocal cords were removed, and he like came out, was running but couldn't bark. And I remember like I felt like I just instantly like I felt so bad for him. Like, although I was fucking scared of him, and I was like, yo, even though you're not making noise, you still got teeth and could bite me from my head as a little kid. But I remember just feeling so bad for him. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, that's like, why would someone do that? Like, why would someone remove a dog's voice box? Like, that's like the way they talk. That's like muting somebody. So I didn't know if like they, maybe the dog barked a lot or something, and they did, like, that's horrible. If you have a dog that barks a lot and you do that, like, that's so horrible. So I remember I was a little kid and I still thought about that, and I was like, man, I feel so bad for this dog that, it can't even bark. It's terrible. Oh, 100%. Dogs, listen, dogs 100% thrive on fear. right? So dogs, like I tell people that all the time, you know, but I'm talking, this is me as a little child, right? This is me as a kid, you know what I mean? So this is not me now. This is me as a child, you know, but yeah, dogs 100% thrive on fear. I tell people this all the time. You know, I tell people this all the time. When you come in my house, like, you can lie to me. If you're afraid of dogs, right? Like, you can lie to me, and I might not be able to detect whether you're lying. You can't lie to them. Dogs know. You know, and they will push you. Like, I got dogs that are assholes, like, you know, and if you're afraid of them, they'll fuck with you. Right, you know, like, that's it. So you got to be confident. You got to be confident. That's what I tell people all the time. If you watch my show, Dog Dynasty, and you saw there was a couple of moments, like, when we were in New York City, and people were wanting to pet the dog, and one guy was, like, being real weird and, like, hesitant, and I could see how the dog was starting to look at him. Like, look, listen, when you pet the dog, like, be confident. Like, don't be, like, they can feel that. So you got to be confident when you approach a dog like this. You know, especially, well, first you talk to the owner, and I was telling him, yes, you can pet the dog. He's a friendly dog. But when you go to approach a dog, you have to be confident. You know, that's dogs, they, like, I forget who said it, but it's the 100% the truth. Dogs 100% will prey on fear. Dogo Argentino, I have a long time ago. Long time ago. Good morning. What's up, Laura? I've been bit by a pug, a little jerk. None of the dobies or pitties have never. Little dogs are generally the ones that deliver the most bites. Generally, those are the dogs that bite the most. If I'm gonna think about dogs that I've been bit by the most, it's gonna be little dogs. Just call me Batman or Dark Knight. All right, I'm gonna call you Batman, bro. All right, you Batman. Batman. I was gonna put that on my plate, just like on my C8. But I didn't think enough people would like remember the cartoon, like the actual cartoon. I figured, like, you know, kind of like the generationals of this generation here, the millennials. I don't think they would quite understand the whole Batman theme. So that's why I just went with the 2 Gotham. This is a little off topic, but how is Stella? Oh, never off topic. Stella's great. Talking about biting, watch with my... I love Tyson, so you gonna get no jokes out of me. Marlon, I'm watching from Gulfport, Mississippi. Yeah, tell me where you follow from, yeah? Gulfport, Mississippi. What's up? By the way, you got cool cards, beats my Batmobile. Oh, I love it. Batman. Adam West. I have a Boxweiler, one of the smartest dogs I've ever owned. That's dope. Scatback. Ah, okay, you a Dodge guy. It's the only one I don't have. Everybody always asks me, like, why I ain't got a Hellcat. It's not really for me. I like the way they sound, but not really for me. Like I always said, something I feel like small dog breeds suffer from Napoleon syndrome. Gabriel, I can actually explain to you quite simply why small dogs are generally the way that they are. So, okay, humanizing dogs is like the main problem with behavioral issues. Okay, like dogs are not the problem, people are the problem. So little dogs don't get treated like dogs. All right, that's the main problem. Okay, they can get picked up and carried out of any situation. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever seen a homeless person's dog misbehave? If you have, it's extremely rare, right? And there's a reason why homeless dogs, dogs of the homeless, act the way that they do. Because they're forced to be and stay in situations. If they're sitting on a street corner and people are walking by all day and their dog is reacting to every single person walking by, like, they're obviously going to get in some form of trouble and they're going to have to move. They're going to, it's not going to work out well for them. Generally, their dogs are super mellow and super calm. And that's because naturally, maybe if they know it or don't know it, right? Naturally, they give off that energy and that calmness, really. Like, so a small dog, like a Chihuahua, like a little dog, it's never treated like a dog. These homeless people, if a dog comes up or there's a situation, they can't just avoid it. They can't just pick their dog up and avoid the situation. Like us, we go to take our dog for a walk in your neighborhood. Okay, if I go left, I might run into fucking, Frank and Charlie barking at the gate, and it's going to be this altercation with my dog. But if I go right, then I don't have to go buy any of that. So you can just like make that choice to avoid. And that's generally what people will do, is they just avoid, or they just go around a situation, right? So that's what happens like with little dogs, or lots of dogs really, but mainly with small dogs. Why they bite a lot is because they're not treated like dogs, and they're completely humanized, right? So that is why you get that kind of reaction. So you get dogs that become possessive over people, right? So a little dog, it's in their lap. You ever seen a little dog in somebody's lap and you go to pet it, or you go to touch them or something? That's because that dog has become possessive of this person, right? So because the dog has never been treated like a dog, has never had a life with any type of structure, people believe because the dog's small, it's got to be treated a different type of way. It does not. It's still a dog. Has 4 legs. It's just dog, just like the rest of them. Same thing. Okay, so it needs to be treated the same exact way. But that's the reason why generally small dogs act the way that they act, right? It's because of the way they are raised and the way people treat them. They don't treat them like dogs. Oh, he can't make it up the stairs, so the dog get carried up the stairs. The dog got legs. He can damn well get up the stairs, up and down the stairs, no problem. Like, no problem at all. You don't got to carry the dog. Most people carry the dog. Same thing even when puppies, a little smaller, when the dogs are puppies, we want to carry them up and down the stairs. Don't do that. They got legs. They got to learn as quick as possible to go up and down the stairs. Very important. Vital little skills. Like, stairs, different situations. It's very important to let a dog be a dog. Right? There's nothing wrong with being a dog. I think as humans, we feel like we're always superior to things. So we feel like we want everything to be like us. Right? So we want our dogs to be more like us. Like, in reality, if you want to be closer to your dog and have a better relationship with your dog, it's actually the other way around, to where you want to be more like a dog. That's how I've lived among my dogs for 20 plus years, is I'm basically just like a big ass dog in my house. And that's how they see me. They see me as the big dog. They know I'm just the big alpha walking around. And they know that, So, but again, like if I'm walking down the street and a dog comes running up to me and Hulk or something, right? Like, I can't just pick him up and, like, run away with him. Also, let me tell you something else about picking dogs up around other dogs. Picking dogs up around other dogs can start a dog fight. Okay? It's not normal to dogs for the dogs to be in the air. So, don't pick your dogs up around each other. It's not a good practice. I mean, if you have to, if you have to like, veal or move them. But generally, picking dogs up around other dogs is not a good practice, and this can actually trigger a dog fight. Just a little bit of information for you. When you want to touch a dog, make sure you ask the owner. That is also very correct. Something that is super annoying, right? If you're going to pet somebody's dog, make sure you ask the owner first if it's okay to touch their dog. Some people's dogs may not be friendly. And again, it's okay to have a dog that isn't friendly with everybody. I always, it's very strange that we hold dogs to a higher standard than we hold ourselves, right? Like, let me ask you a question. Do you like everybody that you meet in the world? Do you like and get along with everybody that you meet in the world? You definitely do not, okay? you definitely don't, right? So why should your dog have to like every single person that they see? Now, we want our dogs to be cordial and learn to ignore, right? Now, so like, I use General as an example every time I talk about this. You guys remember General? The logo, the main guy, you saw him at the dog park in a lot of different situations, just with massive restraint, right? People would think that he loves dogs, right? He didn't love dogs. Like, he didn't love dogs, okay? But he understood how to ignore, and he understood how to be in public, right? So, but he did not love dogs in any way, shape, or form. But he would do what he needed to do, and he would ignore, right? And that's all you need. I think people are confused and feel like, like every dog has to be friendly. Why? What the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, every dog definitely does not have to be friendly, and every dog is not friendly. So making sure that you speak to an owner before you touch their dog is really important. So just good practice, especially with your children. And when it comes to dogs and children at the same time, this is something as well that I love to make clear with my audiences. Listen, it's very important to teach your dogs how to be around children and how to properly act. But it's just as important to teach your children how to be around dogs. Okay, same thing. This is a double-sided thing here. right? So it's important to teach them boundaries, and as well as you're teaching your dog, how as well as you're teaching your dog boundaries with the children, you're teaching your children boundaries with the dogs, right? Same way. I don't know who that is, Joe. John, I don't know who that is. Who was Ace's parents? Ace was also a very dog-friendly dog. Like, this is talk about Ace for a second, because being famous, like, people will take things and run with them. Like, they just, like, they'll make up stories, and if it's told by one person, then it, like, has to be true. Like, they gotta be my best friend, and they got that source, and that information has got to be true. But contrary to what anybody wants to think, Ace was a very people-friendly and dog-friendly dog, as well as all the other dogs that were involved in this altercation. Actually, the dog that was in heat at the time when the situation happened with Ace was actually Roxy. So she was the dog that was outside with him at the time. But all of the dogs that were involved in that were all dog-friendly dogs. Right? That's the thing, is they're all dog-friendly, all people-friendly. It was just the perfect storm of things to create a disaster. And as I've said many times before, I'm a human, and I make errors, and that's what happened. I had a memory lapse, and me and Steve had a miscommunication, and I didn't realize who was outside. I have double gated properties. My house is very loud. But I'm not going to get in. I've talked about that so many times, and I don't want to, like, get into depth on that. I just kind of wanted to touch on the fact that, like, he was a very dog-friendly dog, and he was people-friendly, but also, if you saw him in public, you wouldn't just want to approach him. It was important that you ask me if you're able to touch the dog. Right? But I think that's a lost art, you know what I mean? Generally, I watch people all the time. It makes me cringe, dude. I watch people all the time just run up on other people's dogs and just, like, start touching their dog or start calling somebody's dog from across the street. It's like, I teach my dogs to ignore, so when we're walking down the street, my dogs, I teach them to not pay any attention to anybody that's going by, anybody that's calling them. Can we see more of Raiden? Definitely can. Definitely can, absolutely. What, mine straight gain, just like Ace, bark the stuff. See, like, alright, so, the general misconception of a protection dog, like a dog like Ace, is that he's, like, rogue, and, is, like, just barks at everything that moves. That protection dogs are actually the opposite, right? They're extremely balanced dogs. Dogs that we take in and train or give any form of training, protection training, are extremely balanced. That's the first thing that we're looking for in a dog, is stability. Is this dog stable? Is this dog able to handle things that we're going to put them through? Are they going to remain stable? Because if you don't, and you have a dog that's not stable, and you're training a dog that is not stable, okay, you're just creating a liability, right? That's all you're doing. It'd be a liability that can either be for you or people around you. Right? An unstable dog receiving that kind of training and that kind of pressure is no good. So stability is the most important thing. So all of the dogs that I choose to train are very stable. And that's the first and most important thing when dealing with it. Can we hit the thumbs up button? I haven't even said that at all, but we're doing pretty good on it. We're doing pretty good. Can we smash the thumbs up button? I appreciate you guys. I gotta get back to work on this vlog, because I was like, oh, I'll do a live and I'll edit this vlog at the same time. Didn't happen. But I appreciate all you guys, man. Lives have been good. I've been consistently posting my content back to this channel. Really kind of defocused on, like, all my other kind of platforms. I've been trying to just focus in and zero kind of in on YouTube. So if you appreciate the videos and the content and you like what you're seeing, smash the thumbs up button. I'm working on the vlog right now. This vlog should probably release. I'll probably release it tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, like 5 o'clock. But it should be done. I should be done with it today in a few hours, and I'll release it tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. Everybody that's signing up too, much love. Tell me where you follow from. But yeah, if you can now become a member of the page. There's 3 tiers of memberships. I try to post things, for the members, and, like, different types of exclusive stuff, different photographs. Things that I wouldn't really post to the general public, you get to see. So if you want to become a member, you can sign up. I think it's just right next to my name there. It just says join. You just join up. And once I figure out how to do an actual subscriber live, who's snoring? That's Kobe. Once I figure out how to do an actual subscriber live, I'm going to start to do dog training conversation and dog training class for YouTube as well, where we can really just have in-depth conversations about loads of different things regarding dogs and dog training and dog psychology and all of these things. So if you want to join up. Memberships are available now. I appreciate you guys, man. Much love to everybody. Shout out to all my triple G's, because you can either be DDK Gang, DDK Gang Gang, or DDK Gang Gang Gang. So my triple G's, those are the top tier members. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate my 2Gs, my 1Gs. I appreciate all y'all, man. Yeah, there we go. We got another one. Deanna, what's up? Welcome to the gang. I appreciate you. I sent Lisa instructions. I sent instructions to Lisa for member lives. All right, can you do it, Brandy? Can you do it through the app? Because I like was stumped, like going through this, like being like, yo, why don't they just have a button where you can just click and go live? Like, it should be easy, but I haven't seen it in the app yet. I think maybe it's like too new or something. Oh, Laura, much love. Oh, no worries. Listen, everybody, even if you just subscribe, interacting with the videos, dropping comments, that's love for me. If you want to take the next step and become a member of the page, we appreciate you, but it's not required. You know, I got love for everybody. I appreciate all y'all. You know what I mean? It's just that the membership area just allows me to kind of share like a little bit of things that you may not see, you know, on my regular page. Oh, Greg, man, thank you for the dono, my guy. Hey, Marlon, I want to ask you, didn't want any trouble when you're in a stream. Can I tag your website in my stream? Oh, bro, of course, bro. You want to tag away, bro? I appreciate you, man. You're always showing love, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the dono, my guy. Keep grinding, yeah? Oh, much love, Laura. Thank you. You should go to Fashion Week and do the runaway. What? That has to be the most random comment I've, like, ever read. I should go to Fashion Week? Why the fuck would I go to Fashion Week? Oh, shit. What I think about Amstas? Honestly, at this point, maybe there's a little separation, but, I mean, same dog. Amstaff's pit, same dog. I mean, let's be real. You know what I mean? Like I said, at this point where we're at now, okay, like maybe we have a little separation, you know, but that was just created because they didn't want to attach to the name. Yeah, that's all. You know, they just didn't want to attach to the name Pitbull, so they just wanted to go in a different direction and bring that to the show ring. So that's really where that came from. You know, there'll be a lot of different stories about that, but, you know, that's the truth. Hulk can walk, run away. I want one of those sleeves you like wearing. Why didn't I see them on your site? So, Barb, they're on DDK9-Gear, right? That's where they are. They're not on my apparel site. How do you become a member? Do you have to do it on the computer, or do you do it on your phone? Michael Corvini, if I said your name wrong, I'm sorry. I think the chat could probably help you better to becoming a membership. To do, you know, because I don't really know, honestly. I don't know if you can do it from an iPhone, but the chat, I think, will be able to help you. Chat, can we help out Michael in here on how to become a member, and anybody else that wants to join up? So if you all want to join, y'all can join up. God, I love that. I told my grandkids, if you don't want your ears pulled or your hair pulled, then don't do it to the dog. Yeah, 100%. So one thing that I'll say about that is, like, I teach my dogs, like, when they're young. I teach them to you know, I'll pull on them and tug on them. I'll do these things so they kind of get used to it, right? Because it's important that they also don't have, like, a hair trigger to where it's like, if that does happen, they don't all of a sudden just, like, lash out. So it's important, like I said. It's important, both sides. right? It's important we teach kids and we also teach dogs. We desensitize the dogs as much as we can, and we teach our children to respect dogs and respect, not just animals in general. Respect their space. When it's time, understand the warning signals, understand the signals. So it's never even happened in my house, but my kids are well aware. Like if a dog is growling, that's a warning system. Right? So people that are like, oh, if my dog ever growls, I'm going to do this, that. Be happy that your dog growls. Growling is a warning system. Right? That's what it's designed for. It's telling you that they don't like something. Right? So it's giving you a warning. Imagine they didn't growl. If they didn't, dogs that don't growl, it's a problem. It doesn't growl, just boom, instantly just bites you. No warning. Growling is warning. So it's good when dogs growl. If they growl, they're warning you. Right? So that's what it is. Now, it's important to, if the dog's growling at you, and I mean, this is a totally different situation, that we keep, our positions are important. But, when it comes to my kids, like my kids learned early, listen, if the dog growls, leave the dog alone. That's what that means. Until they get to this point where they can, make a correction to that. Right? But my kids are hardly at that point. My oldest is at the point where, like, yeah, and again, because I know people run the shit. My dogs do not growl at my kids. My dogs have never growled at my kids, and that's the truth. Never growled, and I've never had any type of altercation. But in terms of like even just excitement, okay? Because like, what's more dangerous to kids, honestly, with dogs, especially dogs like mine, is their excitement. It's not even getting bit. It's a kid level. Hulk gets excited, Kobe or Drake, bro. One of those tails to the face is gonna feel like you got clubbed with a bat. So it's a lot different. You know what I mean? It's it's the energy level can be dangerous, like jumping or when they get them excited. So my kids like to play with the dogs now, so I like to get them excited. But I told them, listen, if you got to be able to turn them up, you got to be able to turn them down. So they got to learn both sides. It's really important. So Jordan is at the point where he's physically strong enough to where at points where he needs to assert himself, he can now. And it's important that they understand these things. Like, that relationship is really important. That, like I said, your kids learn to respect dogs and your dogs learn to respect humans, right? Do a speed test of the dogs if I ever do one again. I should do that again. I see people talking about that a lot. Can say 2 out of 6 times wasn't any warning or growls, just went from 0 to 100. So there's something else going on in that situation. Most dogs growl. Most dogs they'll generally warn you when something going on. There's other warning signs as well. We talk about this. I've talked about these things, when I do my classes on Facebook a lot, but something that you can look at to see if a dog is agitated or not quickly is you can look at the side. You can look at dogs' eyes. All right. So if you see dogs' eyes and their pupils are really, really big, generally that means they're agitated a little bit. When pupils are small, generally dogs are calm. All right. Just a little tip there for you, something to look at. But we went over body language, with dogs, and body language is key. Understanding body language is super important. Tail position, head position, just overall body posture. There's just so many things when it comes to dogs' body language that they can be telling you things, and if you don't know how to read it, then obviously it's different. But the growl is the generally the main warning sign. Joe, so protection dogs, we don't really call them attack dogs. Protection dogs, yeah, this is a trigger, right? So it's a switch. You turn them on, you turn them off. The important part is that they turn off, right? That's the thing. But you can turn it on anytime you want. And if you have a proper dog, there doesn't even have to be any type of real aggression. I teach my dogs to light up to passive aggression. So, like, somebody might be threatening you and not screaming and yelling. So they have to understand passive aggression. They have to understand how to, bite anybody I tell them to at any point, whether or not they seem like they're a threat or not. It's that person that could potentially seem like they're not a threat that is a threat. And the dog needs to be able to understand that. So a protection dog, essentially, like I have dogs that I could literally tell to bite you and let go of you, and then I could hand you the leash and you could take them for a walk and everything would be fine. right? That's the level of balance that the dogs that get trained understand, right? So it's different. You know what I mean? It's different. Any other way I can see your classes? I don't have Facebook. So Michael, I'm gonna do them here. So I'm gonna do a dog training conversation here, as well as I have a podcast that's gonna be coming up soon. I don't know where that's gonna really be at, but I'm gonna be doing the podcast soon. I got a lot of stuff. I'm gonna start setting it up when I return home in a few. But I'm gonna do it on here. So if you become a member on Facebook, that's probably your best way. And as soon as I get it figured out, which I got Brandy and I got great fans in here that are helping us get it figured out. So as soon as I figure out how to go live for just the members, we're gonna be doing member lives where we're gonna be having conversations. So my top tier, my triple G's. So if you become a triple G supporter, I'm gonna be doing a class for my triple G supporters. Or triple G memberships, whatever they call them. I think they call it members. I don't know. Because subscribers we already have. But it's weird. On Facebook, you subscribe. But you're already subscribed here. So. I was having seizures at work. Mom said Pitt would come in the room barking, biting her arm, and 5 later phone rings and I'm at work having a it's crazy how dogs can pick up on things, man. It's crazy, man. Gordon, dogs are incredible. Dogs are incredible, and it's crazy how they can pick up on things like that, So I believe you, man. I believe you. Dogs are crazy. My mom's always taught me, teach your dog hands are not toys if your dog isn't trained. Hands are not toys, but something that I'll say to that, hey, Kathleen James, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the membership. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining. What's up? Welcome. Everybody drop the welcome Kathleen up in here. Appreciate you. Welcome to the pack. So what I was going to say about dogs and hands real quick was, dogs don't have hands, dogs have mouths. So that's why they use their mouths a lot. And that's how they interact. It's called mouthing, right? So my dogs do that a lot because I will use my hand to simulate as a mouth. So you will see, like, a lot of my dogs put their mouth on me, or put their mouth on my hand, and that's just how we interact. Like, it's how we interact, and it's how I interact with them as a bigger dog, right? Because, again, as I said, dogs do not have hands, so they use their mouths. That's how they play, that's how they interact, that's how they do everything. So sometimes if a dog, it's what's important to understand is that a dog is not supposed to make contact with you without you asking them to, right? In the role in your, oh, damn, that was quick. There's Roxy's back, so we can go down and see Roxy in a minute. But so, like, for example, like, if you sit down on your floor, right, your dog should not just run up on you and get in your face. If you're sitting in a chair, your dog shouldn't come up to you and nudge your arm, right? All these things that are very adorable to us, they're all like, oh, it's okay, he loves me. These are dogs just taking advantage of you. That's what happens, right? So, but that's disrespectful. If your dog touches you, and you're the leader, which you are, and your dog comes up to you and touches you without you asking, that is disrespect. That's, in their frame of mind, that's how they see it, right? So, it's important that when you make contact with your dogs, you call them to you. You don't really allow them to make that contact on their own, right? So, small little things that people really don't notice that are massively important, right? And that's something that's very, 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 very big. Is that, like, something that we talk about a lot, too. And I'm actually going to make a whole video about this, so we'll talk about this in another live. But, like, people and their dogs sleep in their bed. It's okay for your dog to sleep in your bed. That's okay. But what's not okay is if the dog makes the choice on their own to be in your bed. They have to be invited into your bed. And that's okay. Your dog can sleep with you if you want your dog to sleep with you. Me, personally, I don't sleep with dogs because I roll around a lot of kick. I move. I don't like to sleep. I don't even like to sleep. Sometimes I'll sleep by myself. I don't like to sleep around my wife. Sometimes I don't like to sleep around anything. right? So I personally don't really like dogs in my bed, but it's okay. Like, same thing, dog on a couch, anything. It's just important that you understand that when you have a dog, you are the leader, right? They follow your command. It's important, even when it's little small things, okay? Who goes out of the doorway first? I go out of the doorway first, all right? All these little things that seem so small and so stupid are so important when it comes to raising a dog properly. And that's how I've been able to have as many dogs as I have and live in the way that I live. Let me see. It's hard. The comments come really fast on YouTube, so like I'm sorry. Like, listen, I just want to say this too. Like, if I didn't read or read out your comment out loud, it's because I'm like in the middle of talking or something. I try to scroll back and read through the comments. So let me see if she's back in there yet. I try to scroll back and read through the comments, but it's really hard. It's really hard for me to be able to catch them all. So I do apologize if I didn't like read out all the comments. When I got bit by my male, it was on my left thumb, broke it at the knuckle, 37 stitches, broke knuckle, fingernail removed. It was very painful year, and half a year later, and still isn't right. Damn. Yeah, it can be bad, man. Do you only train your dogs for protection or obedience as well? Oh, obedience, of course. I guess that's why I got bit 6 times before got under control. Mine wait for me to go first. That's the way. That's good, Barb. I'm trying to stop that, but he's only 4.5 months old. He's hogging my space. When you rescue a pit bull, your life will turn for the better, Joan. 100%. Yo. Can't wait to get the book. Your bloodlines seem to be mostly outcross while having you inbred much. Oh, you gotta look deeper, my guy. That's definitely not the case. Yo, Marlon, give us 3 careers you think you would have done if dog stuff didn't work out. Oh man, that's probably pretty easy, to be honest. Boxing. You know, that was what I was in before this, was boxing. Basketball. Like, that was one of my other obsessions in life. So the NBA, boxing, or automotive, man. Some with automotive. Obviously, I love cars, and you know what I mean. I used to race quads and stuff, so something like that. You look like you do cable. I don't know what cable is, my guy. So you're gonna have to update me on the street talk of 2023, my guy. I don't know what CTFU. I don't know. See, I don't speak this like millennial language. So when you're talking to me, try to use less like fucking abbreviations and shit, and just like write shit out. Skateboarding. Yes, that too. So many things. So many. That's hard to say for me. So many things, but that's like where my mind was at. You know. Hear you, Marlon just said you should go be the one that go through the door first and stuff. If you don't get control now as a puppy, I'll have a rough time. Yeah, I mean the thing is, it's never too old either. No 9 to 5 careers. Oh nah. That was, I never had that in my mind. But look, I'll say this though. Truthfully, I'll say this though. Honestly, like we couldn't have a world full of entrepreneurs. So like we need people. Everybody's so important. You know what I mean? It's like, it's something I've always told myself, and I've always tried to keep myself grounded in that way, to where it's like, bro, you ain't special. You know what I'm saying? Like you people might know who you are. You have a couple of bucks. Everybody in the world is important, right? If we didn't have people working in factories, or we didn't have doctors, or we didn't have janitors, think about bathrooms would be like. If we didn't have people that want to work in restaurants, if we didn't have people that wanted to cook food, if we didn't have truck drivers, people that like want to drive trucks, pilots, people that want to fly planes, people that want to design phones, computers. Like these are all, a lot of these are 9 to 5 jobs, and if we didn't have people doing these jobs, the world wouldn't function. So I appreciate everybody. I'm blessed to be in the position that I'm in. I'm blessed to do what it is that I love, you know, for work and as a career. But I appreciate everybody else. You know what I mean? That's what I always try to remember. Is I always just try to appreciate the people around me, and I appreciate what everybody else gives to the world, and realize that we wouldn't function without each other. And I mean, that's what's so important, you know, is like one hand washes the other. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to do what I do without, you know, I got clothes, right? My clothes, people are making these clothes, people are designing clothes, the everything. Like another thing, oh my God, somebody ripped ass. Another thing that I think about when I look around the world is like everything costs money, right? Like somebody made money on everything that you touch, you know, which is crazy. Like everything you touch, some money, and you can break it down. Like you could break it down into the small bits, like the phone, right? So somebody made money, obviously, designing the phone. Somebody designed the case, the rubber. Somebody made money from the rubber, the lenses, the glass. Somebody made money from that, the little bolts and screws, like the screen case. I mean, obviously, all the apps and different things, but everything, there's little pieces to everything, right? You know, and somebody made money from every single part of this, right? So it's important to understand that, like, we all need each other. All right, and that's what I try to remember. I don't try to get too fucking high up and be like, oh man, you do this, people know you, blah, 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 blah. It's like, nah, I don't get into that shit. You know, I don't care. Only when people are being a dickhead to me. Like, the only time you'll ever see me talk about, like, the money I have or anything, if somebody's in a post being an asshole to me or something, or trying to, like, say some shit, like, yeah, I'll remind you that, like, you know, I wear a watch that's probably worth more than everything you own. But I don't do that unless somebody deserves it, right? Because like I don't see that doesn't make me better, right? It doesn't make me better, but it damn sure puts me in a different category in terms of, you know, where I'm at and what I'm doing in life. But it doesn't make me a better person, right? I think that's super important to remember. It's like money doesn't make you a better person. Fame doesn't make you a better person. I know tons of people that are fucking have money and are fucking piece of shit. People that are famous that are just fucking absolute trash. Like, you know, so it's important to just be humble. Like, you know what I mean? Be humble, but let motherfuckers know. Right? That's always how I've said it. Be humble, but in times, people need to know. Like, you know, and also remember this. Don't be too humble to the point where, you know, you don't believe in you. Because if you're not the shit to you, you're not the shit to anybody else. Like, that's the facts of it. If you're not it to you, you're not it to anybody else. So it's important to believe in yourself, you know, and understand that ego is important in that way. But don't let it make you think that, you know, you're better than somebody because of something. That's just a weird way of thinking. How do I feel about Omi and Hellcat? Oh, that's my guy. I know him, bro. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. You don't want to go out there, but sometimes people need to hear the harsh reality of their life position if they're provoking you. Well, that's what I mean, yo. Marlon, I know you're a watch guy. A 5980 would look good on your wrist. Yo, listen. There's so many watches that I'm after right now. Not one that I'm after the most is platinum presidential Rolex. That's what I'm really after right now. I appreciate you. Seen an old video last night and was showing off new watch. Was years ago. Me with a watch. I love watches. So are you? So 5980. You talking about the Patek's? One of my grails is the platinum, goes to the platinum date, the platinum date. Yeah, yeah, oh my god, so good, bro. So good. So good, dude. Oh man, with the with the olive dial. So I'm not crazy about Patek, but maybe maybe I want a super plain one. I just want a super plain one. I would probably look for a pretty rare one, if I was gonna get a Patek, but or Patek or however they say. I don't know fucking get AP whatever. I don't even know how to fucking say it. That's why I don't want to get too involved because I don't even know how to say it. Right? Rolex is easy. Rolex. Done. What about Hublot? I can't say that one either. Broken Stiletto. You should come to me and greet soon in PA. I'm actually gonna be in Ohio soon as well. I got a big event going over there. It's too bad they can't get the PS5 to $300. It'll get there. Did you find it hard to see Stella smile after Kong Pass? I found a lot hard to do after Kong Pass. But I learned to find more joy and happiness in that. Yeah, and I do. I have two Daytonas. It's actually blue dial. So I have the blue dial, and then I have the rainbow as well, which I don't like, but I have it. But I really, man, when I don't have Rolex, I don't have a Sky Dweller, which is weird, but I just want a plain one. I just want a yellow gold plain. That's it, and then with the chocolate dial, honestly. So that's probably one of the ones that I'm after next. That and the platinum. So the platinums are like they're giving me like months waits on them, and it's like I'm not that patient. I probably just buy a car instead at a certain point. I don't know. I'm working on my house and stuff like that. I got a lot going on. So, but anyways, I appreciate y'all, man. I got to get back to work on this vlog because I took a good hour off to chat with you guys, but it's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy chatting. So make sure, let's run the numbers up on this video here. Make sure if you're watching it, dropping a thumbs up, dropping the comments. Tell me where you follow from. Come visit me at Home Depot. I have treats. Home Depot. Lisa, are you in town? I collect Invicta watches. Ah, dope. I don't have any of those. I don't have any, but I've heard a little bit about them, but I don't have any. Champagne Sky Dollar without the Roman numerals goes hard. Bro, I've loved the Sky Dollar. I don't know why I've never got one, but for some reason, just never got one. But yeah. Anyways, every time I do the watch thing, people are always like complaining. So I won't do the watch thing, but you can see them over there all hanging out. I just rebuilt my shelf too, which I was really excited about. That's why I was showing. I think I didn't show any of it in the vlog. I should have, but I didn't. But I should have shown making that as well, because I made my own jewelry case with the fucking clips and all that shit. Let me show you. I'm just really quickly, okay? I won't do like any like But I made the little fucking. I got the little thingy on there and everything. So I could be like a fucking, But I made it myself, though. That's what's so cool about it, is I did this. Me. I made it. I built it. It's hard to lock with one hand, but... See? I got the little lock thingy. Yo. Who's complaining? Oh, no, not just normally people get to bitching when they're like, oh, he's just showing money. I'm really not trying. I'm just trying to show my craftsmanship, right? Just trying to show that, like, see, I made this. That's one of Lisa's watches right there. These are all my fun ones. That's the first watch I ever got right there. Right there, first one ever. And then I think I might have got that one. I don't know. I started collecting these, though. I really like those. And then, obviously, there's all these in here. But yeah, I won't go too crazy with the fucking drooler and shit. You know what I miss? You know what I really fucking miss? You know what I really, really fucking miss? I miss fucking this. Okay? I miss this. This I miss. This I miss. And you should know what all that is. Those are. I try to not think about it in the winter. I really do. I try to not even think about it because I can't do anything. I should take my side by side out. That thing's always fun to drive in the snow now, and that thing makes me feel better when I'm feeling the. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start up all my cars because I need to do that again. I need to do that every once in a while. I gotta make sure that none of them have been kicked off the old trickle chargers. Oh, I see the hatch tags in here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start them all up in a minute. So, maybe I don't. If you guys want to do it, if you want me to do a live when I'm doing that, I can. But I know like the majority of people will be just upset about just seeing cars and not dogs and whatever. But maybe I'll do a live from like, I don't even know if I can go live from my garage page. I don't know. Oh, John, I'm good. Thank you. Can drive my whip. Your whip is for you, man. Your whip is for you. Not enough excitement in there for me, you know? I need to get it noisy and stuff. What happened to the DDK helicopter? So that was the leased helicopter. That we just used for a commercial. I thought about keeping a helicopter, but I got scared after the whole Kobe Bryant thing happened, man. All right. So, anyways, I got to go because I do got to finish this. I'm almost there, though. Just some talking parts that are boring. That's what made me stop. Because I was like, oh, I got to do all this talking shit. Let me just go on here and fucking do a little live real quick. So, appreciate you guys, man. I love y'all. Keep tuning in. Keep smashing the thumbs up button. Helps the channel grow. Helps YouTube know that you like what you're watching. Do an Instagram live soon. Bet. You got it. You got it, yo. I don't do too much on Instagram. I don't know why. I kind of left Instagram big hanging. But maybe we'll come back to it a little bit. So, anyways, man, I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. Much love. I hope everybody has a positive day. Stop by my store sometime. Where's your store at, kitty? Where's your store at? Really enjoyed this. Oh, I'm glad. I enjoy talking to y'all, so I enjoy when I can talk. Paris, Tennessee. Oh, bet. Show my strength. How do I do that? Oh, Walmart. Oh, what's up? Bet. All right. If we drive through, we'll stop by, yeah? Appreciate you guys. Peace, love. You already know. Be good out there. Hope everybody has a good rest of the day, morning, evening, wherever you're at. Hope you have a good rest of the time with your eyes open. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. Be good.